Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name is Rob Williams, and I'm here with
Jamie Palerider,
as well as
Steve 3.
All right, we're going to continue on with this. Wow, what was that? Was that applause? Was that applause, sir? Or did you drop something?
I dropped something.
Or a drum roll.
I dropped something.
Yeah. Is everything okay, sir?
Yeah.
I know you're under a lot of stress with the.
That was my teeth. That was my teeth falling out.
All I can say is I'm happy we're doing video on this one because then you could see Steve's deer in headlights face just going.
Wasn't me.
Jamie, you remember that scene in Tron Legacy where the guy they go into Flynn's little cave office there and the guy accidentally knocks off something off the table. So we're going to continue with this list of 1990 movies here because we were having fun. It had a lot of great discussion, and as we're going through this list, there's going to be some we're going to just leave out. Like there's some movies I'm not even familiar with. I haven't seen like Little Rascals or anything like that, or Never Been Kissed, so I might leave those out, but we might put some on that should be on this list. We'll see how it goes.
Can you see where's Rob's tears from the water rule discussion? Where on the tier list was that?
It's right up there.
Oh yeah.
No,
okay.
No, take that. No, dude, you keep dicking around with it. I'm gonna fight for a D on that one.
Well, you can fight all you want.
Whoa, phrasing.
Keep it there.
Yeah, phrasing.
You can fight for the D all you want,
Like
sir.
when when you were in prison, Jamie.
Okay, so just to recap real quick, things that were on the S list. This is like the top of the list. We had The Matrix, Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, T2, Terminator 2. On the A, Doubtfire, Home Alone, the first one. I think that's Home Alone, first one.
We're calling it the first one.
We're calling it the first one. Men in Black, The Mummy, Austin Powers, the original, Independence Day, Silence of the Lambs, Fight Club, Goodfellas. B, we had Dumb and Dumber, Reservoir Dogs, Blair Witch Project, Mars Attacks, Starship Troopers, Matilda, Titanic, and then we had George of the Jungle, and Batman and Robin was a D. You guys wanted Waterworld as a D. I wanted it as an S, so you guys compromised a little bit. Called it a C minus.
Yeah.
So
a hard C minus.
Hard.
A CD.
You want a CD. I like that. In the spirit of the 90s, it's a CD.
Yeah.
So let's grab. Okay, I want to talk about The Mask. Here we go. Mask, when it came out, was a big hit. I enjoyed it when it came out. We're not going to talk about the sequel. What do you guys think about The Mask, though? Does it still live up to how it came out? I guess I really messed that up. But does it still hold up for you? How about that?
And I feel like you guys know my thoughts about Jim Carrey because I won't stop screaming about him mostly. So I feel like it's going to come as no surprise that I love The Mask. I saw it in the theater. I vividly remember seeing it in the theater. It's got an amazing soundtrack. It's filmed partly in the firehouse, the Ghostbusters firehouse.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
The mechanic is in the same interior firehouse set that Ghostbusters filmed in.
Oh, I can see that now. I remember that scene. Yeah.
And then, you have peak Jim Carrey, and you get Cameron Diaz in one of her first big movies.
Love Cameron Diaz in this movie.
I know I said it already, but I'll say it again. The soundtrack was insane in this movie. It was so good.
Mm-hmm. Definitely good. So you're thinking A?
A case could be made for B. Yeah, Jim Carrey's a national treasure. I'll fight you.
Okay, Steve, what about you? See, I think I would watch Dumb and Dumber before I'd watch The Mask again. So
really?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know why, but I guess it's just the humor of Dumb and Dumber works for me. But with saying that, I'd have to put it under Dumb and Dumber.
Huh.
So you're saying C.
Or does it sit on the same line as Dumb and Dumber, but I'd watch Dumb and Dumber first? I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Dumb and Dumber is more of, if we're talking comedy, I feel like Dumb and Dumber is more of a blunt instrument. Not to say that it's bad, but it's in terms of comedy is definitely a sledgehammer. Or like the comedy in The Mask was a little more, I feel like, finely honed.
I'd watch Liar Liar before I'd watch The Mask.
Liar Liar is underrated. Don't get me started on that. Liar is amazing.
When did that come out?
I think it was 90s.
Much later.
So we need that up there then.
90s or early 2000s.
Well, hang on. We'll get to the movie that should be up there in a second.
Okay.
I love The Mask. There's so much amazing humor.
It's 97, by the way. Liar, liar.
Liar, liar. Nice.
See, it's
Jeez,
catching.
It's
I just dropped
cursed.
my new mic,
Yeah.
sadly.
Oh, no.
I'm actually sitting above Rob, and that was my teeth again.
It's in a protective case, though. It's all good. The CDI is good. Or
Yeah,
DJI.
that's, dude. I can't say enough good things about the
Well,
more
you have
more
said
subtle
enough.
humor.
Rob?
I have. That's fair.
It's a B for me. I'll just sum it down. I enjoyed it. It's a B for me, just to balance it out.
So it's going to sit on B then.
I think
I'm
B is a
okay
nice
with the B.
compromise.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. I will
Okay.
just say one of my favorite, more, I guess, not necessarily subtle jokes, but jokes that they don't really like call attention to. They just keep rolling.
Right.
Mhm.
Is when he was making balloon animals, and he's like those like gang members kind of accost him almost. So he like pulls out the like carnival barker act, like step right up here,
Yeah.
and he reaches into a pocket and pulls out a used condom. He's like, oh, wrong pocket, and like
I remember that. That's so good.
so good. Yeah.
Okay, let's do one of these ones. Edward Scissorhands.
Ooh, yeah.
I really enjoy this movie. I hear a lot of people. I was surprised how many people don't like this movie because to me it's got a lovely spot in my heart. Again, another Tim Burton movie. But what do you guys think? For me, it's a B. It's a solid B. I can't say it's an A, but I
No.
could be compromised.
I think for me it can live in B because I see that it definitely, to me, it would be above George of the Jungle, and it would definitely be above Waterworld. So yeah,
Just ignore that one. Ignore that
yeah.
one.
That's a solid case. I think you lawyered me into calling it a B.
Well, in my
I can't argue
world,
with
it's
that.
like Waterworld is up here.
Stop
So
moving Waterworld around.
Yeah.
That's
Well, just move it down one. So you moved it
Yeah.
everywhere else. Just move it
yeah,
down.
exactly. No.
No.
okay, leave it. But so, what do you think though? B for you, Jamie? Because
I'm-
again, you
yeah,
said
I
you're
was-
not much of a Tim Burton fan.
I'm not a Tim Burton fan. I recognize the appeal of this movie. Like it's actually got kind of a sweet kind of heart to it.
hmm
It's not just porn for edgelords, like a lot of Tim Burton stuff is.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's actually a heart there. I love Winona Ryder and Johnny Depp in this movie, and even like Diane Weiss in this movie is great.
Diane.
Like,
Yeah, she was
she's
so
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it adds a lot of sweetness to this movie that I really wasn't expecting going in watching it. So yeah, I can see it being a B.
Okay, we'll keep it there then. Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park.
What do you
that's
think?
Yeah, well, I'll let Jamie go first.
Yeah.
Oh, this one I saw in the theater, and it was one of my favorite theater experiences of all time.
I saw it in theater too. It was a great experience.
I
I don't like
nothing could
Jurassic Park
prepare you
movies in general,
Yeah,
but this was good.
Yeah, it was bloody great. And the lead up to it was also fantastic.
Oh yeah, the
We
hype
had
was
no
insane.
idea what we were going to get, and we couldn't quite believe what we saw when we saw it. And that's
Yeah.
how I remember it is, holy shit, that looks real.
Holy fucking
And-
shit! It's
yeah.
a dinosaur.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
toilet death was the best thing of the whole movie.
Like, yeah, the cast was great.
Yeah.
It was a decent adaptation of the book. They changed a bit, but like, it's a cool concept, right? Like, who didn't love dinosaurs growing up as a kid?
Yeah. The concept was great. The execution was great. The look was
Yeah.
great. The sound was great. The
That-
theme tune
oh.
is absolute classic.
It's- John Williams is amazing. Yeah.
But so with all that being said, why isn't it up at the top?
To me, it is an S.
Me too.
Okay, it's an A for me. It's an A for me. I just put it there for now, just as a
It's-
sitting place. But
And I feel like because Rob's not in agreement, I need to justify my case a little bit. This is another one of those movies that like revolutionized movies.
it did. I
And
agree.
for better or worse, it basically showed Hollywood that using CG front and center in a movie was possible.
Oh,
Now, of course, Hollywood took all the wrong lessons from that,
Yeah.
but Jurassic Park still holds up if you watch it today.
It was a nail in the coffin for Phil Tippett. It
I
was a
was
sad
going to
moment.
say,
Oh,
It's a
it's
sad
kind
moment.
of sad.
Yeah. But they, he still got to contribute. But that whole story is just so sad to me of him
Yeah.
gearing up and already being in production and then just getting kiboshed and bringing in
Yeah,
a consultant, basically.
he got the legs cut out from under him, basically, by some young ILM upstarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But an
It wouldn't have
amazing
been
movie.
it would not have been the same without if it was claymation, though. It just
You
would
never
not.
know, right?
I
Like,
still think
Phil
it
Tippett was the premier stop motion guy.
He was, but I don't think this was meant for stop
But you
motion.
wouldn't have known because you wouldn't have been shown CG
Well,
at this point.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you would have
fair.
known if it was claymation, you would have known.
Like,
It's,
Phil Tippett was pretty amazing at what he could do with stop
Yes, he
motion.
was.
Like we saw him do amazing work, and I feel like he could have turned out something brilliant, especially with Steven Spielberg running the show.
I agree.
Like, despite this movie featuring CG heavily, Steven Spielberg is still a smart enough filmmaker to use it only when necessary, which I feel like is really important. And he pulled it off in a beautiful way.
Yeah, it was amazing.
The best scene for me was the water ripple in the cup and just that whole build up and the eyeball into the screen. It was, I mean, that actress sold it so well. And it was just the great build up for that one as well.
The T-Rex paddock is an amazing scene.
Yeah. Yeah, even the goat getting eaten was just, you knew something was coming, you know?
Yeah,
I know.
I get chills.
I know Neil would agree. He would probably put an S plus if he had. So
it's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how much CG is in there and seeing how well it still holds up today.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down here to The Sixth Sense. I'm going to grab that one there. What do you guys think about that one? It has one of the most iconic endings, or twists, I should say. What a twist! I mean, I think that's pretty much the origin of where we got it. But what do you guys think of the movie? I found it kind of dull.
It was kind of,
but I respected it.
Fun, suspenseful, like in a suspenseful fashion. Like it was borderline like a suspense type horror movie. Steve, I'm really curious to hear what you think about that. But like, yeah, the story was great. The twist was pretty iconic. And like, I don't think anybody had really done anything like that before to that level. Like where you're just pulling the rug out from underneath the audience and then like basically compelling them to rewatch the movie. Like, Steve, how do you feel like horror and suspense wise this movie kind of shaped up?
I loved it. I absolutely love this movie. I really do. I don't think it was boring in any stretch of the imagination whatsoever. As far as like, this is boring. That is not the case with this movie in my mind, because I had too much. Right now I feel like this movie can't exist anymore. No, because it came out at a time when we weren't plugged in to everyone else, and I don't think a clever ass movie like this is hard to do now because of people being assholes.
And it's been done, right?
It has been done, but having a twist on any movie is kind of cool to go through a whole movie thinking, and then shit, right? That doesn't happen a lot, and that leaves you with a conversation to talk about after watching the movie.
This
if you watch a great movie
full of precedent, right?
I think so. Twist. Yeah. I just think it was really well done, and I think that was when M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong was just doing this stuff and just nailing it. You know, nailing it. And I didn't know the twist. I didn't know the twist until I went and watched the movie. And then I knew the twist, and I was in the I know the twist gang, right? But you weren't a jackass grade A fuckwit about it. You kept it because you knew it was an enjoyable situation to be in to discover that twist.
Yeah.
But you know, unfortunately,
the twist and
those people are dead now. So
I'm right there with you. I wasn't bored. There was enough kind of like really well done, kind of suspenseful, borderline horror stuff going on that kept me really hooked. That and Haley Joel Osment as a child actor killing it in this
really
movie.
Good.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Yeah. That locked in the cupboard bit freaks me out, man. Freaks me out.
Totally.
Yeah. It's a great movie. It's a great
movie. Where would you put it then?
It has to go up. I don't think it's an S. I definitely think it's an A plus.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a C for me.
Wow.
I want to go on record. I was bored with it. It was boring. It was boring. I didn't know about the twist, which was a nice surprise. Haley Joel Osment, great. But I'm just like, I don't remember anything from it since, and I just move along with my life.
Yeah, man.
Didn't hold anything
If
for me.
if
So
it doesn't float
just
your
want to go on
boat,
record. So,
if it doesn't float your boat,
but I realize that a lot of the movies that I like, you guys are very different.
for me, it's
your
the subject matter though. I'm big into that kind of subject matter, right?
Yeah, I can
I
see
spent 3 years of my life doing paranormal investigation.
that. Yeah,
It's something that absolutely intrigues me. So when there's a body of, a movie which is based around that kind of thing and like gets you into it, I enjoy it, which is why I kind of enjoyed The Blair Witch too. Not that it was, super paranormal, but like it is. But you know what I mean? It's things like that floats my boat. So that's why I would put it as an A, but I can totally see where you're coming from for it to be in a B group. If you look at the things we got on Bs, it's a very watchable movie in my mind, but it's not something you go out of your way to say, oh, let's watch that tonight, right? So I can see why, but to me, that was the first time I'd experienced what that movie gave me.
yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely, that's why it sits there for me. If we have to justify, which I think we do, that's why it's
That's
there.
why we're doing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's one. Fargo. I remember seeing this. I think I saw it in theaters. I would say this is one of the classics of the 90s. I mean, it's got its own TV show out now. I think it's over now, but Fargo is a classic movie of 90s. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I still quote for some reason, you got your friend the wood chipper there. It's just the whole Minnesota accent. Who is the guy who was putting him in the wood chipper? Who's the actor?
Steve Buscemi or William H. Macy?
No. It was the guy who plays all the German
Oh,
villains.
Peter Stormare.
Oh my God, he's so good. This is when I first fell in love with him as a character
The
actor.
most Russian Swedish guy ever.
Buscemi was in this movie. I loved it. I enjoyed this one. I think this is around an A and a B. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think a solid B, man. I think a solid B and on the cusp of an A because it was another clever movie.
Yeah,
another clever movie. But if it's not on this list already, I think, I don't know. I think there's other movies that I would watch before Fargo.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it just. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, Jamie. Go for it.
The Coen brothers are a weird one for me. They've done a lot of movies, and I either think it's like one of the best movies ever, or I fucking hate it. There's no in between with the Coen brothers for me. And unfortunately, Fargo is one of the Coen brothers movies that I fucking hated.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Why is that?
I can't even really I can't
the
articulate.
Minnesota accent?
Yeah, maybe it's just the setting and the characters. Like it's a fine movie. I hated it.
It's interesting. It's funny.
Especially when you compare it to movies like The Big Lebowski or Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I love those movies. Like,
wow, I see this in the same scope as Brother.
Oh,
it's the
really?
same. I see
that
it
is deeply offensive, Steve.
As far as where it sits with me, what I would watch and when those two movies to me are kind of the same.
I feel
Not
like
the
maybe I
same
got to give this movie
but
another shot, but yeah, I hated it.
It is a very different movie. I actually watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou about a month ago, and I remember not liking it first time. I decided to give it a second shot because the music was good.
The music
and
is amazing.
I enjoyed it watching it the second time.
If you buy an album for music.
Yeah, but I want to see it in the context of the movie, and it was good. I mean, it's based on like a Shakespeare. Is it Hamlet? No.
No, it's the Odyssey.
The Odyssey. Thank you. It's based on the Odyssey, and I can see that the Cyclops and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and the sirens, everything.
Yeah, and so it was. I can see. Well, yeah, I don't mind going lower in this one because I just like the character actors. Like William H. Macy was so good as like this sniveling guilty person, and Frances McDermott was great. There was just a lot of great character actors in here, but I have no problem going down a bit.
So what did you guys have it as?
I'd say a B, C plus, but I'm willing to go see if this is where you
Steve,
fall.
what did you figure for this one?
Yeah, I figured it's a B.
I don't
when
want
I
to
look
drag
at all
it
the
down.
other things, when I look at Reservoir Dogs, when I look at
Yeah.
see, half of those, the things in B right now are kind of really tight to my A's. But yeah.
I'm fine with it being a B. I
All
just,
right.
for the record, I
Hmm.
hated this movie, and I don't think it's
I
really
think we need
fair
to put some
drag
stuff
it
into
down.
C though. We need some C's to balance it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think we
We'll
should
call
move
it
the
a high
mask.
C plus.
We need the
How's
mask to be down a C. But anyway.
Okay. Oh, Something About Mary's here. Okay.
Oh, I love this
Oh,
movie.
I didn't see Something About Mary. I know
again,
that
more
Lady
Fairly
Di was
Brothers, man.
just recently watching this movie. I seen this movie 3 times in the theaters, just but not on purpose, but just because I had a
Not on
friend who
purpose.
wanted to see it. I had a friend who wanted to see it. I wanted to see it, and so it kind of became a thing where I was in Melfort, Saskatchewan, and it was my friends wanted to see it, so let's go watch Something About Mary. So I enjoy this movie. It's kind
Mm.
of like sort of awkward type of movie, but Cameron Diaz is great. Stiller's great. I would give this a B,
Mm.
but what do you guys think, Steve?
Oh, it's a high B though, because
Yeah, it's a
everything
high B.
again, I
It's a high
can't
B.
fault it. Everyone is on point. The
Yeah.
comedy in it to me is fantastic. Everyone, every one of the cast has their own comedy moments throughout the movie, and it cracks me up. Frank, he was masturbating. It's like when you think of all the scenes you see, is there a dull scene? Is there a dull scene?
That's a good
The
point.
reveal
Yeah,
of
that's
Woogie
a good
with
point.
his hives and the scratching his hives is
Oh
so
yeah,
disgusting,
Woogie.
but
Oh
so
God.
funny as well. And then Matt Dillon's character just
Oh
The
my
fake
God.
teeth.
Yeah.
everything. So I don't think
Good soundtrack too.
yeah,
I
yeah,
had
and
the
just the way they
soundtrack.
do it with the band interacting
Now
and
I kind of want
singing.
to go A on that
Yeah,
one.
I think it should. When you
What do you
think
think,
about
Jamie?
it, it's not a classic movie, but it's entertaining as
Is
all
it?
hell.
So this was Fairly Brothers as well, right?
Yeah.
It's like with yeah, it kind of highlighted how good of a comedic actor Ben Stiller was.
Yeah.
Is it better than Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually,
I
okay.
believe without a doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think I can argue with it, to be honest. I mostly just wanted to put it out there because
That's a
Oh,
good
definitely.
question,
like
though. It's a great
kind of
question.
iconic 90s Fairly Brothers comedies.
It's way more easy to follow storyline that makes sense. There is a story there, whereas with Dumb and Dumber, there's a story, but it's freaking ridiculous, right?
There's a through line and a
Yeah.
heart to
Like
there's
the
something
story
about
on this
Mary.
one is definitely a
Yeah.
classic story.
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber
Um,
is just silly things happening at one after the other.
and the twist at the end, right? So
Yeah.
it's so good.
Oh, I
And
kind of now want to watch this again.
yeah. And just Magda with the fucking vacuum cleaner. Oh my God. Because they put the
7 minute
speed.
abs.
They put the speed into the
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
And the dog goes
Yeah.
crazy, and then one falls in a drink when she's sunning herself. It's
Oh,
just
God.
so good. So good.
Yeah. There's a lot to like for sure.
Yeah.
There's Harlan Williams in there, I think, with
Yeah.
7 minute abs. The
He was the hitchhiker.
one.
Yeah.
God,
The
yeah.
serial killer with the
And
body.
he was the bike cop in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, there's a great story. Harlan Williams told a story about his when he was on set. He was hired to do the part, and the Fairley Brothers asked him come up, and he's talking about. They said he's got something that's cancerous. One of the brothers said he had something cancerous on him, and he just take a look, and so he shows Harlan his cancer lump, and it's just the head of his cock peeking out of his pants, and you see the mushroom head, and he's like, "What do you think? Is it cancerous?" And it's just like he was just right at home. He said so. It's just the type of humor he had there.
What the
All right, so that's a good one. I like that one. How about the Wedding Singer? I'm pretty sure we've seen that one. Not a
I
fan of
think
this one.
that's a C for me. I don't think it hits a D phrasing, but it definitely a C for me.
Yeah, I agree. I would be okay going D, but C, yeah, it's an Adam Sandler movie. What do you think?
It's not the best Adam Sandler movie
No,
either.
I agree.
So like I
But
like
not the worst either.
no, it's not the worst. I
Oh.
would call it pretty middle of the road for Adam Sandler. Like it was okay. Drew Barrymore definitely elevated the movie a little bit. And it does
Forgot she was in this
it does
movie.
have a classic John Lovitz line. He's losing his mind. And I love John Lovitz. But yeah, I would call this one a C. Definitely not Sandler's best.
Well, what about Happy Gilmore then? Let's take that. That's the next one. That's a
That's
higher
Sandler's
one.
best.
You think so? Yeah.
His best, yeah, 100%.
But where's it rate amongst all these other movies? I wouldn't put it higher than a B.
I'm fine calling it a B.
Yeah.
I say that's as high as Adam Sandler deserves. But this one, like Happy Gilmore is easily my favorite of his movies. It's so great.
It is good. It is good.
Like, yeah, it's got some heart. It has some classic characters like Shooter McGavin and Chubbs. Yeah, it's great.
Jackass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, God rest him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jaws from James Bond was
That's
Happy
right.
Gilmore's
Yes.
boss.
That's right.
Shooter McGavin is like, and I will fight anybody on this, one of the all-time great movie villains.
Wow.
Golf pros are usually good villains.
Oh, he's so
like
good.
in Caddyshack and this movie.
Yeah.
They're just jackasses.
Yeah. Shooter
What about you,
McGavin is
Steve?
amazing.
To me, it's a C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of the Adam Sandler ones end up on a C for me, but
I would give this a C plus, B minus. Yeah.
Is there, Steve,
it's one of the
to you,
best ones.
Is there any other Adam Sandler movies that are better?
We just happen to have Happy
Do we have Billy
Madison here.
nah. See, I the only one I think I can watch is Little Nicky, and for me,
I hated that one.
Yeah, and that one, but I just like so much about some of it that it makes me want to watch it.
Like Hitler in the maid outfit with the pineapple.
That is
just
pretty funny.
Yeah, the weird the boobs on the head and the whole Harvey Keitel thing is just.
And the talking bulldog, Mr. Beefy.
Yeah, so there's some good things when you think about that one. That one would probably be a B over any of those other ones for me.
Really?
But, yeah.
I'm with you on all of that, except for the rating. Like Little Nicky, I don't think is as good as Happy Gilmore. I don't even know if it's as good as Billy Madison.
It just goes to show how many times I watch these movies. And maybe Little Nicky is just the only one I've watched more than once.
Maybe. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm damaged a little bit in the head, and like my childhood was basically Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey movies.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie then? Is it this one?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Mine's 50 First Dates. I really enjoyed that one. It was just because it seemed like it was a more serious story, if you want to say that. I mean, obviously he's done other things like Spanglish and stuff, but I mean, it was serious. But I Happy Gilmore is one of the higher ones. Billy Madison, like, I don't remember anything about that. Just one guy getting punted in the head. Or is that Waterboy? Ball. Which one's the one with Henry Winkler in it?
That's Waterboy.
That's Waterboy. Just my favorite scene.
Coach Klein.
Ball goes flying out the window, hits Professor in the
Colonel
head.
Sanders in the head.
And he falls. I was in a fit of laughter for a solid
Colonel
5
Sanders,
minutes.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. The alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
All right. American Pie. Did you guys see that movie? I saw that movie.
I saw it so many times. And to me, it was a quintessential summer movie for me. Yeah. And it was funny as all shit when it came out. Whether it holds up to that, I don't know. I haven't watched it for the longest time, and I'm sure it's not going to hold up in any way whatsoever. But I used to love it. I used to love Stifler. I loved all of the ridiculousness.
Stifler,
and Stifler's mum, just the whole ridiculousness of that summer vacation movie. It was a classic
summer, that one
classic summer vacation movie of all the things that wasn't. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't deserve a C because of what and how much humor it brought to myself for the majority of time after I'd watched it, as well as watching it. So it's
a pretty classic comedy.
Yeah,
it is.
And I feel like it almost kind of brought, like it reinvigorated the kind of the teenage coming of age comedy movie.
The Brat Pack.
Yeah, like it definitely like repopularized that genre of movies. Because I remember like American Pie had so many sequels, but then everybody else and their cat was doing a movie like that as well, with like the teens trying to get laid.
Road
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, like you get.
I think
Road
which
Trip,
one was it where they
get-
go to the wedding and he
you get
shaves his
super
pubes?
bad. I don't know.
He puts them out the toilet window and it goes into the cave.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's some decent gross out stuff. For me, American Pie, like Eugene Levy. This
Yeah,
is
that
one of
was really
my
good.
favorite roles of his.
Yes.
Was the dad
Yeah.
in this movie. He was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Definitely. So what do you think then? I'm C plus. I'm okay with moving it, but what do you
I'm
think,
good
Jamie?
with a B.
Yeah, let's keep it
Mostly,
there.
again, like I always think about like what else was happening with movies at the time. Like to me, this movie it repopularized like a genre of movies.
Yeah, it was a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's for Steve. 7.
Oh,
You
It's
just
the
mentioned
most-
it last episode.
honestly, I would put it in an A myself. I think
You're
it's
thinking A. Okay.
I think it's one of the most best put together movies I watch, but I can't bring myself to watch it a lot because I
It's
find
intense.
it devastating. Like it
Yeah.
is intense. There's so many scenes there that just make me. Yeah, I can't. They're so intense. And there's a couple of scenes there that I just can't. But I think it's so clever and it's so good. And again, Brad Pitt. You know.
Sorry, apologies.
No, I was going to say the acting of our lead characters is just second to none. It doesn't get better than those two, I don't think. It's a great movie, absolutely great movie.
Jamie?
So well done.
Yep. That's a hard agree for me. This is a David Fincher movie. Anyways, yeah, the story, the acting, the cast, the writing, everything was fucking top notch.
The ending.
Yeah, it's again, it's like one of the all time like iconic. I don't know if you'd call it a twist ending, but yeah, just iconic ending.
It's an iconic ending for sure.
It's not a happy ending.
It's quoted many times. What's in the box?
Yeah,
So-
it's not a happy ending whatsoever. It's a devastating. Like you don't finish watching that movie and go, let's get out of here and have some fun. you watch that movie and go,
let's get out of here and
I
go for a
hate the
drink."
world.
Yeah,
I hate people.
So
it's a really clever story. I love it.
It is, but
Spacey's amazing at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the reasons you said, Steve, is the reason for me it's a D. Like, I hate the world. Why do I want to watch this goddamn movie? I don't want to watch this. I understand it's well written. The concept's good. The 7 deadly sins. I've seen this once and I'll never see it again. It fucks with your mind, and I don't need that in a movie. I don't need it. So to me, it's a D. But I'm going to let you guys.
Again.
I'm going to let you guys.
Don't watch Oppenheimer.
I don't. This is why I don't go to movies to be depressed. I go to movies.
You don't go to movies that are like factual to life.
Yeah,
it's
one is a little
movies
more.
are
Yeah,
escapism.
you want escapism. I know. I hear.
I want
I'm
escapism.
not picking on. I'm saying you don't like to watch a movie that's too close to home because you're not escaping.
I know how shitty people are. I don't need to see a movie for 2 hours and see how.
But you go on Facebook.
Yeah,
I go on Facebook to show some cool stuff like
great
us and
point,
trooping
Steve.
and stuff. So
like Rob,
Like-
I'm in terms of like not wanting to watch something that's depressing. I'm right there with you. 7 for me is a little more kind of fantastical that I can watch it, where I couldn't watch something like Breaking Bad.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Like this movie here, we've talked about it on the podcast in the past, but Demolition Man, for me, this is an A. And I know it's not an A quality movie. It's not an A quality movie. I know it's a dumb, stupid movie.
It's a big dumb
But
action movie.
I will watch this movie 100 times before I watch 7 ever again.
Yeah.
And it's just because it's so silly and stupid.
Yeah.
And but I know where it stands in the genre of movies. Like it's probably like a B or a C. It's not a D. It's not a D.
It's nowhere near a C though. No
You don't
way.
think? Okay,
No.
I'm okay with it being a B, but
it's an easy B. I feel like a case could be made for an A.
For an A, yeah, absolutely. Because of all the classic things you can quote and relive. Once you start going down the hole of what did Demolition Man give me, it gave you a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
tons.
it gave us a lot.
Yeah, you
And
get Wesley Snipes at his peak.
Sylvester Stallone.
You get Sylvester Stallone doing the Stallone thing, but like in
Yeah.
a fish out of water setting,
Yeah.
which is super fun. You get
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock
Sandra
killing
Bullock's
it.
great. Yeah.
You get Benjamin Bratt killing it as well. Like the cast was great in this
Yeah.
movie.
The concept was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's a super
Glenn
cool
Shattuck's.
concept.
You
I
know,
like Glenn Shattuck's character.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah,
thing I would
it's
say I don't like about it was what's his name? Who's the guy from the underground?
Oh, that's
Dennis Leary?
Dennis Leary.
I'm not a big fan of his, and
I can see
really
that, yeah.
I didn't enjoy his character. The concept of what they were doing, I enjoyed, and but when he came on, it was all about his rants.
Well, that's
And
they were hopping on.
That was his shtick, right?
Yeah, and it was to me, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't need. Someone else could have freaking done that. We didn't need the king of rants to give the rant.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't. That was the
I
only
get
thing
that.
that I didn't like about it. But the
I
rest of
enjoy
it
his
was great.
rants, but yeah, I get it.
I love all the tickets for all the swearing.
Oh,
The three
that was
seashells.
such a great running joke.
You could-
Yeah.
The swear tickets.
yeah,
Fucking
Yeah.
great. Even
The-
like, I love that they didn't call attention to it a lot of the time. Like
Just
the
in the
only time they call
background.
attention is
Yeah.
when
could hear it.
he's like using it for the toilet paper, right?
yeah.
But like, yeah, you just hear the buzz in the background every time someone swears, and they don't dwell on it. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
We used to put that in our podcast before we were just swearing, and then every
John's
time
part,
Steve
you've
would
been
swear,
fine.
Yeah.
5 credits, yeah.
and then Steve would swear, and I'd put it faintly in the background just to have it there.
Great.
I got so tired of actually doing that little sound clip. I said, "Okay, we're just swearing from now on. We can't do this anymore."
Yeah, it's great.
But how
Yeah, there's some-
how many
such good
conversations
stuff.
could you have about the three seashells, even to this day?
So many.
You know,
So many.
I
Yeah.
will put it in A now. Again.
like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Once you
Still,
open the
classic.
door and talk about that movie,
Yeah.
how much did you get out of it? That's how much you got out of it.
It's
Okay.
classic. Yeah, the
Yeah.
three seashells, like the three seashells still gets like dropped in as an
Yeah.
Easter egg in video games to this day.
It
You
does?
go into the bathroom and you look for three seashells in
Yeah.
the video game.
People have tried to figure it out. People have tried to figure
Yeah.
out a logistical way of scooping and then cleaning and then scooping cleaning.
You guys got to, if you haven't done so, listen to our review of the Demolition Man, because we talked in depth about the three seashells and how that worked.
It's a
Yeah.
fun mystery. It's
It's
great.
a fun one.
Yeah, it's handled really well in the movie.
I don't think we rated that movie in the past, but yeah, it was before we were doing movie nights. But it's a fun one. I like that.
Yep. Yeah. It's
All right.
great.
You know, there's one that I'm interested in.
Yeah, go for it.
Stargate.
I was just going to pick that one.
Oh, really?
Stargate,
Okay.
yes. I remember seeing this at theater and loving it. I remember just enjoying it because it was the pyramids, Kurt Russell. It was just, I think I still have a statue of one of the Egyptian gods that I got at one of these stores down in the States.
Ra.
I think, yeah, was it Raw or so? And yeah, it just, I enjoyed this movie. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it since it came out, and I'm very curious about it. What do you guys think? I just
saw this
popped
one
it
in the
here for
theater
now.
as well.
Yeah.
It was super memorable. I've seen it probably once since, and I feel like I'm doing it a disservice a little bit because I loved it. Like the cast was great. Kurt Russell was great. James Spader was awesome. Yeah, it was a fun movie, fun concept, and it kicked off a really popular TV series.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why we haven't watched the movie as much, because we were given a TV show, and then the TV show kind of took over from that for a little bit because it was cool and it was worth watching. But the concept behind it, you're right, it's an interesting concept, which is still, predicted to be a real thing that could exist in today's world. Portals and traveling through time or other dimensions. Like, it's still something which you can't disband from belief, right? And that's what was so good about it. I agree, and I when I saw it down there on the list, it made me want to go and watch it again because I haven't watched it for so long, and I feel like I'm going to be doing that at some point during my binging of Build. I am going to stick Stargate on if I can find it, because we're not able to watch what we want to watch when we want to watch anymore. But if I can find it, I'm going to watch it because I remember it being a lot of fun. I actually remember. Here's my little story. There was a radio station I used to listen to back in England called XFM. It was in the mornings, and they did a competition. And I was driving to work, and I know I don't win shit on radios, right? And I was driving to work, and it said, if you call in now, you can win a Stargate model, a functioning Stargate model. I'm like, I want it. So I called in, I got through, and I was on the radio. I had to turn it down. I answered the question. I got it right. I won the Stargate.
Oh, so cool.
I
Sick.
never got it.
Why not?
I don't know.
It just never arrived.
Never arrived. Never got it to this
Where
day.
is my elephant?
So yeah,
Yeah.
if anyone from XFM is listening to the show, which I'm sure
Where
you
is
are,
my
Yeah.
elephant?
where the hell is my Stargate?
They sent it to the wrong planet, wrong dimension.
Where's my elephant?
I think my favorite thing that always springs to mind is someone summed up the TV show anyways in 2 sentences, and I thought it was the funniest and most accurate thing ever. The summary is, the humans going to another planet through a Stargate, and they say, all your gods are false. Here, takes these guns.
It sounds like the
Like-
English.
100%. Except the English would have been like, no, there's all your guns are
No guns
false
for you.
except ours. Yeah, and no, we keep the guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, give us those guns and follow our God.
Yeah, yeah, great show.
Okay, I'm throwing this one out here. Tommy Boy.
Did we rate it?
You read
What?
Stargate?
Stargate? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I put it in the B. I apologize. It
For the
sounded like you
record,
guys were
I feel
talking.
like B's pretty.
Yeah,
Pretty
I think we
accurate.
have, but I think for everything we just said, we have to give it a B because we remember it being great.
Yeah.
But we can't justify it because we don't remember
Yeah.
watching it. So
I just wrote it on my list. It is actually, I think it was on my list, but yeah,
I would love to watch that movie again.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, sorry, Tommy Boy. Where did I put? Where did I lost Tommy Boy. Where'd you go? Here we are, Tommy Boy. I'll be frank. Love Farley. Fucking hate Spade.
Spade's
but
tough.
Spade's a tough swallow. He's a jagged little pill, that guy.
Yeah.
But when you put him next to Farley, good things happen. So I don't
You're
know
not
where you
wrong.
guys put him.
I feel like that's the only time Spade is good is when he was with Farley.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I
not
don't- I
saying
don't-
that to be mean. Like, it's just the reality of the situation.
I know I've watched it. I don't remember any of it. It
Oh,
didn't.
I
hit me.
love Tommy Boy.
That guy
so
in a
good.
little coat.
I actually have a really fun story about that guy in a little coat, and I am so excited to tell you guys.
Go for it.
So when they worked on SNL, Chris Farley and David Spade shared an office, and they would always they filmed for 22 weeks out of the year, and then they would go off and do their own things. And the understanding was they would come back with a bunch of new ideas for the new season, for skits and sketches. And Farley had a running joke with David Spade. He would always tell him, okay, I want to run this new sketch idea by you. And every single time without fail, it was fat guy in a little coat. But every time be like, no, I got a new one. It's hilarious. Here it is. And then he'd do fat guy in a little coat again in their office. It's a super funny story about Chris Farley. It's hilarious. To
And
me.
finally he got it into the movie.
Yeah. I like the movie. It's funny. It's mostly because of Chris Farley, but yeah, I don't
So-
know if I could call it a B. It's maybe a C.
I'm okay with C.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
okay with C.
it's funny and I enjoy it, but Steve,
What do you think, Steve?
I can't rate it because I don't remember it. I
Okay,
can't
we'll
rate
just
it.
keep it at C then.
So it has to be whatever you two say.
Yeah.
I've seen it several times. It's great. Rob Lowe's good in it.
Rob Lowe's
Um,
good in a lot of things.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really funny dude.
Have you guys seen Space Jam?
Yes.
Once.
The original, yes.
The original. I've seen
Yeah.
both actually.
Oof.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It was all right. It was a kids movie. It's I don't know how I feel about Space Jam. To me, that's a C. It was great for what it was, but it was just
I'd rather watch Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
no.
Agreed.
That's a great response to that. Yeah. So what do you
Yeah.
think? C or D?
It was basically like a vehicle for Michael Jordan to say, look how
Yes.
awesome I am.
Yes,
Uh,
I
but-
agree.
Everything around him was actually pretty good. There was a shit ton of cameos, including Bill Murray, just out of nowhere. Yeah,
That's,
it was
that's kind of how I remember
it
it.
was a
It was
fun
just
movie.
a bunch
It's
of.
great.
It was
But-
just a bunch of
And Newman.
cameos
Newman was in
and
there, too.
animation.
yeah.
So C, not
C.
D. It's not a D.
No, it wasn't terrible. It's a fun movie, and I would watch it again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I was checking on when Roger Rabbit came out. That was 88. So I was like, why is that not on the list?
yeah, Roger Rabbit is peak.
Good Will Hunting? I don't remember this. I know it was classic. I know it's a
that's-
really
that's
good
a,
movie.
That's a B.
B for you. I wish I wish I could remember more of this, but I can't say anything about it. I'm like in your situation, Steve. I just don't remember it as much. But I know a lot of people love this movie. What do you think, Jamie?
I would put it in a B too. I think it's,
Okay.
if anything, a little overrated. Robin Williams was amazing in it, as always, this time in a dramatic role.
Hmm.
But other than that, like it was okay. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm happy with a B.
Can we just put Saving Ryan's Privates up at the top because
Yes,
Okay,
it's
it's
such
in
a
Saving
S.
Private Ryan. Where did I saw that
It's
one
right
just a
there,
second.
up one and
Up
right
one.
one. Oh, up
Thank
right
you.
two now.
big shiny
Okay.
helmets.
So you want to put it up as where?
S.
S.
Okay.
But
It's
you
not.
have to fight us for that if you feel it
Yeah.
should.
I'm not going to fight you because I've seen it once.
Oh,
It was good.
I've seen it so many times.
Yep.
I'm don't need to see it again.
It's
I'm fine. though.
fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's
I'm never gonna
easily one
question
of the
you guys
best
on this
movies
one.
ever made.
Yeah.
It's a Tom
It's-
Hanks movie, and I trust you guys in Tom Hanks. So
It's not even it's
Not
Hanks
even
is
Tom
great.
Hanks.
It's
Yeah.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like peak Steven Spielberg.
There's so many other people in that movie that make it.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. And
Yeah.
without Saving Private Ryan, we don't get Band of Brothers.
I would argue a little bit on that one because we did have like if you go even backtrack even further to things like Apocalypse Now.
Not the
Um,
same.
Yeah, but how is it not the same?
It's just not the same movie, man.
How
Yeah.
is it not the same?
It's Apocalypse Now was more of, well, I mean, it was Francis Ford Coppola, and it was more of just kind of like showing that how shitty Vietnam was.
Yeah, but in kind of like in a twisted evil kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Where like
with
Saving
the-
Private Ryan is more of an uplifting, even though it's a terrible situation and it didn't sugarcoat what the war was like, it was still an uplifting story.
What about movies like Full Metal Jacket or what was the TV
Ugh.
show? There
Kubrick
was a-
and Full Metal Jacket is again, it's just look how shitty war is. And it's not,
But it's still
awful.
a classic. I would
It is
say
a classic.
Full Metal Jacket is definitely up there and as an A, but I don't
Yeah.
think it had all the stuff that could make it an S like Private Ryan.
No.
What about a movie? I know this is not a list, it's not even a 90s movie, but MASH, the TV show or the movie. It's obviously a very different take. It's more
Yeah.
humorous and stuff.
Mm.
But did you guys ever watch that?
Yeah, I
I
watched
was
a TV
forced.
show.
Yeah, I was forced to watch it because it was only the thing that was on TV for me in England at
Yeah.
a certain time.
Same here. It was on CBC all the goddamn time.
CBC, really?
Yeah,
I
just
didn't know
like
it was on CBC.
free cable, like basic
Hmm.
bitch cable. It was always on.
I remember being on KVOS TV 12 here, and that's based in Washington, but in Vancouver we get KVOS, and I'm pretty sure that was what it was on regular rotation. I did
Yeah.
remember enjoying it. Hawkeye was always fun to watch and stuff, but
Yeah. Like Saving Private Ryan is on a totally different level
yeah.
from
Oh,
literally
totally.
everything else
Mm.
we've talked about in terms of war movies.
okay, all right. I'll take your. I'm not gonna fight you on that one at all. Let's see here. The Truman Show.
That was a good movie, man.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I know we talked about Jim Carrey a lot. He's on this list quite a bit here. It's very different from The Mask, obviously, or Dumb and Dumber. But where does this fall under movies? I would say it's a B myself, but it's a fun watch.
Yeah,
It's an
it's-
interesting concept for like just the story.
Right.
Sorry, Steve,
Yeah.
I cut you off there.
No, you weren't. We had no rules and regulations on that. You keep going, my friend.
It's such a fun concept for a movie, and it did give us the opportunity to see Jim Carrey in a more dramatic role,
Right.
and it was fun to watch him do that and kind of show off his talents in like this really weird situation. Yeah, I can't really say much more than that. It was a solid movie.
Yeah, it was really well done. It was almost like a comedy Matrix in some
Yeah.
respects.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
I don't know if it's closer to an A. I think it probably could stay in the B's, but
I'd call it a B.
High
yeah,
B. Yeah.
yeah,
Big Lebowski.
At least an A.
You think
Yeah.
it's an A? Yeah.
yeah.
Easy A for me.
Yeah. It was a B for me, but I'm willing to go A. I only saw this movie about 5 years ago.
It's
I would
really
say.
good.
It was
It's
enjoyable.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
This
There was
is
some weird shit
like,
in there, but then there was some really good stuff.
Yeah.
this is the Coen brothers' best movie, easily.
Yeah.
And like they've done some good ones. Like I was pretty clear about my feeling on Coen brothers movies before, but like this is easily one of my favorite movies ever. Easily their best one. The cast is insane.
I have to ask, when we're doing something about Mary, we're doing all these silly movies. When did Kingpin come out?
Oh,
That was around the same time, I'd say.
that was
'Cause-
after Something About Mary.
Because to me that was great at the time.
96.
I don't know if we've done Kingpin, but
No, we have not.
that's one I would like to do because I remember really enjoying it, but I think I need to watch it again.
It's been a
And
minute for me.
I'd like to do it and review it. I don't know. I'd love to hear what Rob's got to say about it, and Jamie.
I've
'cause
seen it, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, exactly. And if Jamie's an Adam Sandler watcher, then I want to watch this movie in particular because it's so ridiculous,
Yeah,
but
This
so
was-
funny.
Kingpin was Fairly Brothers again, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely had their mark on it. It was,
Yeah.
really
we need
good.
that on the list. We need
Yeah.
that on the
Put
list.
it on your list then.
Rob, so you said you only watched Big Lebowski about 5 years ago. What did you think? Like, where would you put it?
I'm not going to argue with you. It's a B. It's not an A for me, but it's a high B. It's just I think it's because of all the hype. I was just like, okay, cool. He's great. The characters are great, but that's just my opinion, man. That's all I think. So
This one came out of left field for me. I knew nothing going into it. And just like writing and acting wise, it blew me away. Like John Goodman and Jeff Bridges are insane in this movie. They're so good.
some other movies I got here. We're running out of time here, but because I want to discuss movies that you think should be on. I was writing like 4 movies that should be on this list at least. But there's things like Fear and Loathing. I know Neil would be upset if we didn't put Friday on this list.
It's on there. It's on there.
I know, I know Friday
Yeah.
here. Like he'd be upset we didn't talk about Friday. I know for him that's an S plus 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 plus.
I'd need to
For
watch it
me,
again.
It was a B for me, but there was some fun. I enjoyed it more watching with Neil than I enjoyed watching the movie by myself. So watching this movie with Neil was fun because he was like, damn, and all that sort of stuff, and Debo and just all that. But I just by myself, it wasn't as fun. So with Neil it's an S, with by myself it's a B. So what about you guys? Do you remember seeing Friday?
No, I'd need to watch it again to really judge a good score to it.
Same here. It's been a super long time, and I just saw it the once.
Boys in the
Okay.
Hood, mind you, man. When did that come out?
So Neil, I'm putting it up at S just for you there. Boys in the Hood. I have not seen this movie, and it's a movie I've wanted to
That's
see.
a freaking great movie. Such a
it?
great movie.
I
That is
hear
up.
it's good. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a classic S, but it's in my A's for sure, man. Boys in the Hood, so good, so good.
Wait,
I mean, it's real life, Rob. You'll probably hate it, but it's so no. I'm not even joking. Like it's real life. It's gritty and fucking. It's real life.
real
One,
life. You're
but
gonna
one
hate
one that most of us would never have to fucking live. And it's such a great
Yeah,
movie to
yeah.
watch. Not because of that, but man, what a good movie. Yeah.
yeah, I know Neil likes that one too, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Neil. But Jamie, have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it all the way through.
So I'll put it an A for you, and I'm pretty sure Neil would have it up there as well. Interview with the Vampire. I think that's the one that needs to be put on this list. I've seen that. I remember being okay with it, and then seeing it again. I'm just kind of like, there's some great stuff. There's some boring stuff. I was all over the place on this one. What do you think? I think there's better vampire movies out there.
Well, I think Dracula surpasses Interview with a Vampire.
What, Keanu Reeves Dracula?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, not for Keanu Reeves as such, but for
No, I meant just
for Gary Oldman.
I don't think
Oldman, yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
calls that movie
That
the Keanu
movie
Reeves
is-
Dracula.
That movie is tip top. Like Oldman is amazing in it. Like for me, that would surpass Interview with a Vampire. But I enjoy Interview with a Vampire. I enjoy it.
I like the concept. It's a good concept.
I think you can leave it in a B.
Who was the girl in that movie again? That's
Kirsten Dunst.
Kristen Dunst. She was really good.
Kristen. Yeah, and Jamie,
Kirsten?
the references in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
When Tom
100%.
Cruise fed
Yeah.
10-year-old Kirsten Dunst blood for the first time.
Please, sir, I want some
I
more.
want some more.
Yeah,
You go for it,
Dopinder.
Brown Panther.
Yeah. Yeah. Kirsten?
Kirsten. You're my Tom Cruise.
Any other
my
movies on this?
Kirsten Dunst.
Any other movies on this list you want me to talk about? Like Romeo and Juliet, I saw. It's
Oh,
like
it's
to
been a
see.
long time.
Soundtrack's freaking. I love the soundtrack. Soundtrack's
Soundtrack
great.
was great.
Yeah, but
What about Fear and Loathing?
Fear and Loathing is a D minus minus.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't.
Wow.
There's not enough drugs to help me understand that goddamn movie. I don't understand that
Dude,
movie.
we can't stop here. It's backcountry.
Yeah, but what do you guys think? It's a D for me.
No, I couldn't give it a D.
It's a B or an A for me. I would be fine
Jesus.
calling it a B.
It's so weird. I did not understand. I couldn't follow it, and I freaking love Johnny Depp. Or yeah, it's just like,
oh, Johnny Depp's great.
The character is a cool character. He's talking all the side of his mouth all the time, but it's just like
he's just playing Hunter S. Thompson, right?
I mean, I've watched like Angry Video Game Nerd who loves this movie, and he's did a whole review based on Fear and Loathing, and it was funny but weird, and it was just funny watching him play this Johnny Depp character. But so you're giving an A?
No, I don't. I don't.
I'm fine with it being a B.
Yeah, a B.
All right. Anything else out here that we haven't reviewed? Natural Born Killers, Flintstones, Dazed and Confused.
I don't know about Natural Born Killers. I honestly,
I didn't see it.
I'm gonna go out there on a limb and say I find it overrated.
Yeah.
It didn't change my life.
No.
Okay.
I would definitely call it overrated as well. Not a terrible movie, just overrated.
But Casper, on the other hand,
Casper. Yeah, I saw
Casper. Was a fun movie.
Casper
man.
is part of the Ghostbusters cinematic universe. It's confirmed.
That's right. You told me that.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd's in it.
Yeah. Who are you going to call? Someone else.
Christina Ricci. I have all the time of the day for Christina Ricci.
She's actually coming to LA Comic Con this year.
Cool.
If you want to come and see,
she's great.
The cast of
give her my number. Tell her I love her. So
and Avatar.
I'll
and
wait for
Christina
the
Ricci and Ewan McGregor. Jamie.
Hello there. Did you guys see Ever After?
Yes.
No.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lovely.
Decent.
Yeah,
But what about? I thought we were going to say movies we feel should be up here that aren't.
Okay, so yeah, movies. Charlie's Angels should be somewhere on this list.
That was a great movie.
I enjoyed Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yes.
The first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. When did that come out?
I don't remember, but it was definitely
It
a
had to be
movie.
the 90s.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I could watch that one anytime.
That was the one with Sam Rockwell, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's 2000. Dang it.
Was?
Okay. Yeah.
Missed
I'm
the cutoff.
There we go.
So what about can we put the Fugitive on the
Fugitive?
list for sure?
Yeah, Fugitive. That's definitely an A for me.
A for sure.
Kingpin.
Here, we'll make Groundhog Day. This little girl here is a fugitive. We'll put her as fugitive. So I know who that is. I don't know who that is. So Kingpin. God, I don't. Oh yeah, Kingpins. You wanted Kingpins up there.
Kingpin was great.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want.
That's one that should be up there. I think
We'll put Half Baked for Kingpin because I don't care about that movie. What do you think? Kingpin, A, B?
I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again.
All right,
Kind of need to see it again.
I think Hackers. I loved Hackers. It's one of my favorite movies. It's so
It's a
unrealistic.
fun movie. Is it a good movie though?
No, it's not a good movie. It's still a B. So Hackers. We're gonna put Office Space here. We've talked Office Space in the past episodes, so I'll put that as Hackers since we'll have Post-it notes. It's about as techies you're gonna get. So, Blade the movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed all the Blades. I enjoyed all of the Blades.
Best intros to a movie in a long time, with where he goes to the rave and the blood's pouring. My freaking favorite intro to a movie.
It was pretty badass.
Yeah, I'll put that. The Flintstones will be Blade, but where would you put Blade as a movie?
A.
A.
Yeah,
I can
watch. I do still watch it. I
you?
love that
great.
movie. Yeah,
The first one is great.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with this redo.
Yeah, I
Really
hope
Was it
so.
interested.
redo?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're going to
interesting.
modernize it and do it again.
Any other movies you think should be on this list?
I got to try and remember what came out in the 90s. When you get as old as me, it all seems like
It just
same
bleeds
time.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, I think Falling Down should be on that list.
Oh,
Yeah, did that come out in the 90s or 80s?
Falling Down came out in 93.
Okay.
need
I
to
think
watch
Falling
that
Down. We'll
movie
put
again.
Harriet the Spy as Falling Down here. AB,
B.
A?
A, B.
B.
I haven't seen it in a while, but I've been watching clips lately just because I've been frustrated with people in
Feeling.
general.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna put that as a B for now, but I can see
I need to
myself.
watch that movie.
When did Idiocracy come out?
It was
Is that
90s.
2000s?
That's a 2000s movie.
Is
for
it
sure.
2000s?
I'm
Shit.
almost positive. Yeah.
And we've also talked about that movie.
Oh, how have we not talked about this movie? Wild Wild West.
Oh my God.
I'll put that as Wild America will be Wild Wild West.
Oh.
I'm assuming you guys are going to put that in a D.
No, it's not a D.
I think it's a
I-
B.
D's
It's-
got to be a really bad movie.
Yeah.
And if Waterworld's not down there, then I can't put Wild Wild West down there.
It's an easy C.
It's a crappy movie. It's a movie that you would watch if you had to, but you wouldn't get all the way through.
Oh, I'd be getting through that sucker. The Usual Suspects.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
movie.
you know what? That's a classic.
Yeah,
That's
put
an
the
A,
Sandlot.
man.
It's at least an A.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put the Three Musketeers as the Usual Suspects. It's CA. Okay, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Great twist. I think it's one. I think it's got a better twist than Sixth Sense.
Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just a movie you follow. You're in it. You're in it. And that questioning scene in the police station, man,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
one of the funniest things. Funniest things.
Like the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lineup is just so good.
Yeah.
So good. What's his name? Who's the main guy in it?
Benicio del Toro's thing.
No, but who's the main
Gabriel
guy?
Byrne,
Gabriel
Kevin
Burns.
Spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That-
good.
That's like the Three Musketeers, right? When did that come out? I love that movie. That's such a fun movie.
The Three Musketeers. That was a
Three-
fun movie. Yeah.
Three
It was a fun
Musketeers.
one.
Yeah, with Gabriel
Okay,
Burns in it.
Okay,
It's-
so where'd you put that
oh,
one?
Gabriel Byrne is in The Man in the Iron Mask.
Oh shit, that's what I'm
That's
thinking
right,
of then.
yeah.
Sorry, Man
Yeah,
in the
Leonardo
Iron Mask. I
DiCaprio.
love that movie.
He's Kiefer Sutherland plays his character in The Three Musketeers.
Right, okay. Three Musketeers was a good movie.
Oh wait,
though.
no.
Okay,
Sorry,
I'm
Chris
confused now.
O'Donnell's character is Gabriel Byrne's character, D'Artagnan.
Okay.
Yeah. I love both those movies. One
Okay,
is
Usual
far better than the other.
Usual Suspects is now someone else. We'll put Encino Man as Usual Suspects.
Okay.
So Three Musketeers. What do you think? A B?
B or C.
C?
I mean, I've watched it recently.
Yeah.
It's super fun, but not a great movie. There's a lot going for it though. Like the cast is really good. Tim Curry's great.
What's-
When did the original Dune come out? That was in the 80s, right?
80s, 87,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, Count of Monte Cristo's 2002.
Oh man, I love the Count of Monte
Friggin'
Cristo.
love that movie.
Dude, it's on my list.
Yeah.
Man
It's
in
on
the
my
Iron
list.
Mask, though. I need to watch
Man in the
that
Iron
again.
Mask was great.
Yeah.
Three Musketeers was great too. It's fun watching
Yeah.
them back to back, even though
What-
like they're not meant to be sequels, but they are.
Team,
Well, put it on your list.
Twister.
Three Musketeers is on my list.
Twister, you
Is
know
it
what?
really? Three
Yes.
Musketeers on your list?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Twister
Yeah, it
is a really good movie.
Dude, I love Twister.
I remember seeing that a lot.
And I have got no desire to go and see Twisters.
Nope.
Oh, no.
No. There's
And I know that's
no-
terrible, but I don't need to. I don't
I even-
need another
yeah.
Twisters.
I like Glenn Powell too. That movie, yeah, I would rather just watch the OG again.
Okay, I got Dazed and Confused playing the Twister role. What do you think? An A, B?
A, B, yeah.
For me, it's a
B.
B.
B. Yeah, it's a good
Fun
movie,
movie,
man.
though.
Oh, it's awesome.
What about
Yeah.
Speed?
Speed One. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Original Speed. I mean, it was a classic
It-
action movie.
It's
I don't
a
know
B
if it
or a
holds
C.
up. Yeah,
It's a B or a C.
I'd call it a B.
Who should be Speed? Well, but
Uh,
here, Point Break.
Cruel Intentions.
We
should be
we
Speed.
reviewed Point Break.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
put Keanu Reeves there. Put C there. I think let's do one more here. So I'm trying to look up for some classic movies.
Is there any we missed on this list though?
There's one on this list that we have. I can't think of anything else, like The Sandlot, possibly.
Is that Jerry Maguire?
Oh, Jerry Maguire. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yes, I thought that was Vanilla Sky. Jerry Maguire.
When did Top Gun come out?
That was the 80s.
Okay. Yeah, it was 86.
Yeah, I was still in high school when that was out. Okay, Jerry Maguire. What do you think?
Classic I enjoyed that movie.
It's good but overrated.
Yes. You Complete Me.
Yeah.
Is it a B or a C?
Was that You Complete Me, or You Had Me at?
You Had Me at Hello.
You Had Me at Hello.
Yeah.
What's You Complete Me? Is that the same thing? I don't know. It's a C for me.
When did Four Weddings come out in the 80s or the 90s?
Four Weddings and
I think Four Weddings and a Funeral. That's a 90s movie. 90s.
Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Yeah, that's a great call.
Friggin' A for me. Here, we got McDowell in Groundhog Day.
There you go. There you go. Is it raining? I didn't notice.
Yeah.
That's the worst line ever, and I love it. Total Recall.
Brilliant. Is that 90s?
90s movie, yeah.
Oh, it's an A for me.
Actually, yeah, A for sure.
I'll do The Spy Who Shagged Me. It's Total Recall.
Yeah, that's so good. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I think, well, we did Tombstone as an episode. Okay, here's one last one for sure. Two. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
Oh, A.
That's a movie. Yeah. We'll put
Snatch to me goes up in the S's.
Yeah, Snatch would be S for sure.
Clerks will play Lock, Stock.
Yeah,
But the Clerks gang is Lock, Stock. And finally, The Crow. I think that's an important one.
I love The Crow.
I wasn't.
Train Spot is on this list too. God damn it.
I wasn't a fan.
Braveheart, Train Spotting. So many here.
I don't know why I love it, but I do.
Which one? Sorry?
The Crow.
I haven't seen it forever.
I mean, I grew up a big Bruce Lee fan. And I was pretty excited for Brandon Lee to kind of get his career started. And I love, like, it's not a happy movie.
Here's a one I'm going to throw out there, because this is the movie. This is my soppy movie, the one that I really enjoy watching, and I don't know if it's a 90s or not. Proof of Life.
Proof of Life.
Oh, I've never seen it.
See if it's a 90s.
Is that the Mel Gibson movie?
2000s.
It's not Mel Gibson, no.
It's a 2000 movie.
That's
with
I was thinking of
Meg Ryan and Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yeah. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I'm gonna put that on my list. I'm gonna make you guys watch it.
You're gonna make us watch
nice,
it. Okay.
Do it.
All right. I think we could go on forever, because I think Trainspotting is going to be a movie we're going to do in the future.
We've changed the rules of our whole podcast here.
But let's just. I got to stop search. I'm looking at these movies.
We've gone off.
I got to stop searching.
I think you've said last one about 8
Batman
times.
Returns is in there. I'm just like, okay. We're running out of time anyways. So
we only got 2 Ds.
What?
We only got 2 Ds.
Well, 2.5. You guys want Waterworld down there? I won't allow it.
That just goes to show we were born and grew up in the right time in life, where we only had 2 Ds.
90s were good times. There were some great movies in the 90s.
Solid movies for sure.
I mean, there's other things we missed out, like I said, Little Rascals, Parent Trap, Boogie Nights. I never saw. SLC Punk, I don't remember anything about.
Boogie Nights was a great movie. Anyway, we can't go and talk about stuff that's not on the list.
Yes. Okay. So any which way. Well, no, it is on the list. It was at the bottom there. But let me stop sharing this. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun with this one. This is really cool.
It got a little chaotic.
It got a little chaotic in the end, because there should have been better movies on this tier, to be frank.
It could have been better.
I think there could have been way better movies. But anyways, let's end it there. Sorry.
Yeah, you can find me at Instagram's platform under Shitspackle Muppet Fart.
All right. And we'll see you at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes, and if you get bored of my velvet tones, you can always tune into Paul's channel and listen to our live nattering on his YouTube channel, Bitter Asian Dude, where we have Saturday Night Lives.
Say hello to him for us if you could. Gene,
join us on the chat.
When's the next one?
I don't know. It's whenever we have time. We're all so freaking busy, and it literally has got to the point where we would always talk, and we would kind of do this. We were starting to record some stuff for podcast fodder for when he gets too busy. We just put out a podcast to listen to. So we would always just chat and enjoy, and then we're like, let's just do this anyway and put it out live. So it's literally us drinking and chatting and talking about shit, and it's a lot of fun. It goes. So yeah, it goes.
Yeah, I think their first episode was about two and a half.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. After my
I tried to watch the whole thing, but it was just like I was tuning in back and forth. So
yeah, we start with a mission, and then it
was always great listening to you guys talk. Jamie, where can I find you?
You can find me on the Generation X-Wing podcast YouTube channel with the Ready to Believe YouTube series. Still talking Ghostbusters costuming stuff.
Polishing his wand.
Weathering.
Sorry, weathering wand. Wrong word.
Well weathered.
Yeah.
Well weathered,
on
well
his
polished. You can find Neil at Space Hindu 73, as well as the Love Guru Fan Club.com. You can find me on the Outer Rim Rookie and the Outer Rim Rookie show on our YouTube channel, which you're probably watching this now, hopefully. Like, subscribe, help us get to 600. We're almost there. We're like 7 away as of this recording.
Wow.
And we're not saying any more milestones. We still have to follow up with the Love Guru ones. So
yeah.
no more milestones.
False prophet.
Until we
False
follow
prophet.
through with
False
the
prophet.
I'm ready any day.
We're ready.
The YouTube fraudulent people are coming after you.
Oh, well, they got a long lineup behind them next to the flat earthers. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tier list. Next week, hopefully we'll do some movie reviews. We'll see what happens next week, but stay tuned. Thanks for watching and listening. We'll talk to you there. Bye.